and welcome. Thank you for giving this channel and video a chance. My name is Sumer. I am the host of theCAaSM, the Casual Acting and Screenwriting Meetup, Northern Virginia-based community of writers and actors. What you're about to see is our first ever public table read that was held on July the 6th in the Arlington Central Library of the script by the name The Middle-Age Crisis by two of our favorite writers. So sit back and hope you enjoy it. See you in a bit. We'll move into introducing our actors. We have Marcus Bloom as Phil, Tom Fields as Hadwin, Damia as Kern, Christian as Sam, Julie as Jules, Charlotte as Tempan, and Abdullah Amin as Charlotte is Tempan, a Mountainous Knight and Nerd, Abdullah Amin as Bullish Knight, Lord Elton, police officer and Coleman. And this Julie is also prisoner and snot-nosed.
Roll written for her.
Yes, yes. And finally, we have our writers, Esty Williams and Mason McClary.
Hello, and welcome. This is Esty Williams.
And that is Mason McClary.
And we're the writers of Middle-Age Crisis. This was originally a throwaway idea that we had while developing a different idea for a different pilot. And Esty and I were just so drawn to the specifics of what's happening that we just had to make it come true.
And we worked on and off on this script over the past year or so we finally got it to the finish line and are happy to be bringing it here to you today.
Yeah. The story centers on a modern-day historian and his ancestor, a medieval knight.
And at the heart of the story is really the idea that getting what you want isn't always getting what you need.
So yeah, we are so excited for you guys to be here to witness this, the very first CAaSM table read.
And you're just gonna sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Oh, this is something we didn't talk about, but I want to make clear. Esty and I are reading the scene direction. I am reading all scene direction that's occurring in the past, and Esty is reading all scene direction that's occurring in the present. So think of me as the past man, and her as the present woman. Cold, open. Black.
Never was there a knight more renowned than Sir Hadwin.
Open on. Exterior, medieval battlefield. Day. A bloody war rages. Infantry, archers, cavalry, pikemen, trebuchets battle it out on the grassy fields. Through the carnage, a lone knight on horseback, armor caked in dirt and blood, decimates his opposition. Sir Hadwin, 30s, a pillar of battle-hardened strength, cuts down 3 foot soldiers with a single swoop of his mighty sword.
Neither was there one more feared.
A rival infantryman drops his weapon and attempts to flee. Hadwin hops off his horse and catches up. He winds up for a swing, brings the sword down. Exterior archery range, day. Zwip! An arrow strikes a perfect bullseye.
His sharp eye inspired his moniker, the Hawk.
Hadwin knocks an arrow and zwips another bullseye. Interior village tavern, night. Hadwin finishes his mead, slams the tankard on the table.
As skilled with the stein,
His drinking contest opponent starts on his own tankard and falls right out of his chair.
as he was with his sword.
A wench takes a seat in Hadwin's lap. He carries her away. Interior, knight's quarters, night. Hadwin scrawls in a journal with immaculate penmanship.
And a lover of history, who documented his harrowing adventures in this journal, the Tome of Sir Hadwin.
Hadwin sheds a tear at his own writing.
Interior Historical Library, day. Phil Hayden, 30 and nerdy, presents to a sparse crowd.
Sadly, the tome was lost following his glorious death at the Battle of King's Meadow. But his stories live on for those of us who love to tell them.
Phil gestures to a meager medieval display.
As junior archivist at the library, I have the honor of conducting research on historical artifacts, many collected by our sister branch abroad.
A yawn from the crowd tells Phil to wrap it up.
In all our studies, I have found no one more honorable than Sir Hadwin. He possessed the qualities every man should strive for: chivalry, bravery, the indomitable human spirit.
An old man raises his hand. Phil's pleased.
Yes, you have a question?
Was he the one in Game of Thrones?
No. Sir Hadwin was real. Very real.
Another hand, a nerd. Phil points to him.
How do you know?
Because I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. He's my ancestor.
You don't look anything like him.
Phil, dwarfed by the suits of armor on display, turns red with embarrassment. The crowd disperses, but Phil stares at the armor with a mix of jealousy and longing. End of cold open. Act 1. Exterior, New York Historical Library, day. A nondescript building much shorter than the skyscrapers around it and nowhere near as busy. Interior, library archives, day. Phil walks past the stacks, his nose in a history book. Consumed by his reading, Phil approaches but doesn't notice Jules, 40s. English, Indiana Jones meets Julie Andrews. She holds a baker's box outside a room labeled Archives. Phil runs smack into Jules but drops the box.
Jesus Christ, Phil, look up for once.
Jules, you're back.
Jules gestures down to the box.
My latest acquisition from my trip to England. I'll need everything catalogued by the end of the week.
It must have been so exciting to be knee-deep in history like that.
King's Meadow is now a soggy cow pasture, so the only thing I was knee-deep in was a cow patty or two.
King's Meadow?
Something inside the box catches Phil's eye.
No way. The tome of Sir Hadwin?
Phil pulls a blue nitrile glove from his pocket and lifts the dusty, heavy journal from the box.
You saw Chaucer's chalice, right?
Jules takes another glove from Phil's pocket and pulls out a gorgeous but simple tarnished silver goblet.
There are people who think Chaucer came to possess the real Holy Grail.
Phil glances at it, unimpressed. He is in awe of the tome.
But never mind that.
I thought this book was a myth.
You know what? Take it home.
Phil looks up in disbelief.
Really?
Give it a read. Write it up. Maybe you can finally get published.
You think archivists quarterly would actually be interested?
Why not? They love a good history meets human interest piece.
Then yeah, I'm on it. I can't wait to get into Sir Hadwin's head.
Phil glances down at the journal with an inspired smile. Outside, ominous thunder crashes, startling Phil and Jules. Off their shared look out the window, exterior, Manhattan night. The Lower East Side bustles with activity, even in the rain. Interior, Haven apartment, night. A renovated brownstone, unable to hide its age. Phil sits at the table, artifacts piled around him, along with an untouched dinner plate. He reads Hadwin's tome while taking notes and referring to other texts that surround him. Corinne Haven, 30s, also unable to hide her age and wanting more from life, enters the apartment in workout clothes, fresh from the gym, extra damp from the rain. She stops at the sight of him.
You haven't touched your dinner.
Phil looks up, notices.
Sorry, I'm almost done.
Still reading about your great-grandfather?
Corinne, come on. Sir Hadwin was my 21st great-uncle.
Right.
Corinne waits. Phil reads the last page.
What? That's it?
Boring ending?
Hardly. Listen to this. Tomorrow we assemble at King's Meadow. Lord Elton believes the enemy will be twice our number. Alas, I charge at dawn, for I am the hawk, and never shall I relent.
And thus toxic masculinity is born.
Not hawks. Pure, chivalrous, brave.
Uh-huh. And what happened next?
I've told you 1,000 times. Nobody knows. There are no records of Sir Hadwin after King's Meadow.
So the journal corroborates the records. Probably fell in battle.
Phil sighs. Corinne steps close, puts a hand on his shoulder.
I'm gonna grab a shower if you'd like to join me.
You know I shower in the morning.
Right. Well, in that case, maybe I'll see you in bed soon. Hmm?
Phil is already lost in a book, taking furious notes.
Phil,
I'm gonna save a bit. I'll cross-reference some of these.
Corinne says nothing more. She walks from the room with one final turn to regard Phil as he pulls out a heavy volume. Dream quick cut montage. Phil has books out. He reads one, then another. He yawns. Phil blinks, sleepy, looks up. A flash of a knight in the corner. Phil starts. Knight disappears. Phil writes in a notebook, nodding off. Sounds surround him. Swords clink, horses neigh, men shout, and rain pours. End montage. Asleep at the table, Phil bolts awake, gasping, to a quiet, darkened, dry apartment. He catches his breath, stands, walks toward the couch.
What ho, small man, methinks the mead was ne'er stronger than on this eve.
Phil freezes, turns slowly to see Sir Hadwin, 30s, a mountain of a man in medieval garb, standing before him. Phil freaks and grabs whatever he can find, wielding it against Hadwin, but it turns out to be a TV remote.
How'd you get in here?
Phil accidentally turns on the television with the remote. The local news comes on. Hadwin is now terrified.
You tell me, sorcerer.
What? No, I'm not. Look.
Phil turns off the TV.
See? It's just a TV remote.
Hadwin's face twists in impatient anger.
Have I finally earned my passage to the depths of hell? Are you the devil himself? I shall not repent.
Not the devil, just an archivist. You're Sir Hadwin, aren't you? This is one banana bonkers dream, but I'm glad you're here. Maybe my subconscious can put this together for me. What happened at the Battle of King's Meadow?
Hadwin guffaws as if Phil has said the dumbest thing ever.
Ah, fool! There's been no battle at King's Meadow in a century.
Okay. What's the last thing you remember then?
I know the last thing you remember, small man. My fist as it smashes your face.
Hadwin takes a mighty swing. Time stutters, almost stops. Hadwin's swing moves ahead in ultra slow motion. Phil's hand goes up as if to block Hadwin's blow. They spiral, turning on each other, ending up in the other's position. Sound swells around them. Cries on the battlefield. Clunks as maces meet armor. The galloping of hooves and trusty steeds. Hadwin and Phil flash. Their images superimpose on one another. The few lights still on flicker. The TV turns on. Hadwin makes contact with Phil's jaw. Time catches up. Hadwin's body disappears. Phil collapses on the couch, knocked out from the force of the punch. Cut to black.
Sound returns, muffled, distant. Eyes blink open, staring up at a concerned face.
My lord, are you hurt?
Sam, 20s, a clever but scrawny medieval squire, eyes brimming with concern. He speaks to Sir Hadwin. Sprawled on the ground, a medieval foot soldier charges past. Hadwin regains his bearings. Notes he's in a exterior medieval battlefield, day, in the full swing of battle. Hadwin clambers to his feet, uncharacteristically shaken. Sam picks up a dented helmet.
You took a mighty blow to the head, sir. I urge you caution.
Hadwin lumbers forward, zwip, and narrowly dodges a flaming arrow. His eyes go wide.
None would blame you for taking a
Hadwin dashes away.
strategic retreat.
Strategic this is not. Hadwin stumbles through a dense throng of soldiers, breaking their formation. He picks himself up and carries on. His run is awkward, like a baby giraffe, learning to walk. On stilts. On ice. In a suit of armor. He accidentally collides with an enemy soldier and knocks them out cold. No relishing in the KO, though. A pair of swordsmen are locked in combat. Hadwin ducks under their swings, gets tripped up in his clanging armor, and falls splat into a pile of manure. The sky goes dark. Hadwin looks up. Sam stands above him.
What is the matter, my lord? I've never seen you like this. You're not yourself.
How right Sam is. Hadwin isn't himself. Or rather, it's not Hadwin in Hadwin's body. It's Phil.
I don't know who you think you're talking to, but it's not me. I'm not your lord.
What means you buy this, Sir Hadwin? Am I no longer in your employ?
I'm not a knight. Wait, did you say Sir Hadwin?
It's your proper title, my lord. Loyal servant to the House of Lancaster.
Phil slaps himself.
Sir!
Wake up, I'm dreaming. I have to be.
This is no dream, though many would mistake your life as one, my lord.
Stop calling me that. My name is Phil Haven. I live in New York City. I'm an archivist. I study battles. I don't fight in them.
Sam sees in his lord's eyes something he's never seen before. Fear. And with it comes the strange assurance that this man, wearing the skin of his knight, is telling the truth.
You really aren't him, are you?
Interior, Hadwin's tent, day. Phil looks in the mirror, but sees Hadwin's body. Sam paces.
So, after meeting with Sir Hadwin, your ancestor, you awoke here, now, and that's all you can recall.
That's it. Man, he's totally ripped, huh?
Good heavens, no! My lord's physique is perfect, no doubt unlike yours.
Okay, so who are you to him?
Surely the tales of his most trusted and treasured Squire Sam have echoed through the annals of history.
And this is the first I'm hearing of you.
A ripple passes across Sam's face. Disappointment? But is quickly washed away.
No matter. As long as I serve his lordship's memory, my duty is done.
Look, I only met the guy for a minute, but he seemed like a real douche.
I'm going to assume that's among the highest compliments those of your time can give, so yes, he is the biggest douche I've ever met.
A sealed note slides under the flaps of Hadwin's tent. Sam opens it, gasps at its contents. Phil waits.
It's precisely what I feared. Your retreat lowered the army's morale. We've lost ground in Fertillery Field. We're regrouping to wage battle on the morrow at Kingsmeadow.
That name. Phil remembers it.
I cannot allow you to besmirch Sir Hadwin's legacy while inhabiting his body. You must demonstrate his tenets of patience
Wait, shut up. King's Meadow? The battle tomorrow is at King's Meadow?
Indeed. You're familiar?
That's the last battle we know Sir Hadwin took part in. We assumed he died in it, but we were wrong. I died in it. Oh my God, that makes so much more sense. Oh my God, that makes so much more sense. I get to get home before that.
And return my lord his body. But prithee, where is he?
Exterior, Manhattan, present day. The city glistens in the sun. Interior, Haven apartment, day. The place is a mess. Furniture overturned, items scattered, blinds ripped down, like an angry gorilla it tore through. A grunting, snorting figure dashes past the turmoil. Interior, Haven apartment, bathroom, day. The figure enters, looks in the mirror. It's Phil. But it's not Phil in Phil's body. It's Sir Hadwin. Sir Hadwin touches his puny face, his puny arms. His expression contorts in confusion, rage, disgust. Off his horrified scream.
Oh!
End of Act 1.
Act 2. Exterior forest, alchemist's shop, day. Just off the barely beaten path, a stone building sits beneath a few beams of light that break through the overhead canopy of trees. A crude sign out front reads, Timpana's Treasures and Treacheries. Hadwin's horse, tied to a tree, grazes on some lush grass. Interior, alchemist's shop, day. Glass jars of mystical hobnobs, wax-dripping candles, and musty tomes fill the crowded shelves. From nooks and crevices, inexplicable smoke winds out and disperses into a haze that hangs decoratively in the otherwise open spaces. Phil and Sam sit at a seance table in silence.
So, this lady's a witch?
Nay, Madame Timpana is the most renowned alchemist in all the realm. I suggest you mind your tongue lest you end up on her shelf.
Sam nods to a frog croaking in a glass jar. Ribbit? With the swoop of a velvet curtain, Timpana, alluring and ageless, glides in with an armful of potions and tomes.
To enter the bodily vessel of another is no easy feat. To do so across centuries? Simply remarkable.
She drops what she's gathered onto the table.
Remarkable, yes. Sustainable, no.
You truly request the reversal of such a triumph? Explain wherefore.
Phil looks to Sam, but Sam gestures for Phil to speak.
Well, while I do love the Dark Ages,
Oh,
The what?
sounds miserable.
the Middle Ages, the medieval era, you're in it now. Well, we are, I guess.
Middle evil era, you say? And what is your time? The final evil era?
Kinda. Yeah, I'd say that started circa 2024.
Phil chuckles and stupidly waits for his joke to land. He clears his throat and carries on much more seriously.
Anyway, well, this is a great time to live. I don't want to live here. Or die here, for that matter.
Then don't.
Without Sir Hadwin in his own body, this poultry is destined to die in the battle at Kingsmeadow.
No one can know when that will be.
But we do.
It's tomorrow, which is why I need to get home today.
And I need my lord back.
Do you, Sam?
She makes eye contact so intense, Sam starts to squirm.
Assuredly.
In that case, you will need the greatest mystic in all of England.
She walks back out of the room. Phil and Sam look at each other. Timpana re-enters with a flourish.
It is I.
Sam applauds like a delighted seal. Phil is unamused.
Okay, oh, great one. You're saying there is a way to reverse this? How?
It is not easy. You must consume a blessed elixir.
Timpana flips open one of her books and points to a passage. Sam reads through the recipe.
Dew of the sea, settler's moss, corn of the oak. Are we trying to send him home or give him the case of flux?
The ingredients are not of importance. The vessel is.
Sam tries to read more, but Timpana slams the book shut.
The Holy Grail. But choose wisely, for as the true Grail will take you home, a false Grail will take home from you.
Interior, Haven apartment, day. In Phil's home and in Phil's body, Hadwin stares out the window. It's been a morning. In the background, the Grail scene from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade plays on the television. Before him, the living room has been inspected and dissected. Couch cushions upturned with stuffing spilling from rips. The TV is on but turned sideways and the remote smashed to pieces. In the back of the apartment, the bedroom door creaks open.
Why didn't you wake me up? I'm gonna be late for work.
Rushing out the bedroom, still in her pajamas, Corinne finally looks up and sees the mess.
Oh my God, Phil! Were we robbed?
Hadwin stares at her, his eyes cartoonishly wide.
Out with it, Philip! Did you do this?
Do not call me by that common name. I am Sir Hadwin, loyal subject, servant, and sword of the House of Lancaster.
Corinne gives the apartment one more glance, but then smirks.
Sure. What the hell? I'm late anyway.
None could be later than I to this tale. I demand an explanation.
Okay. You're Sir Hadwin, the super sexy knight. So mighty.
She walks to him, still bedhead messy but sultry in a way that catches Hadwin off guard, momentarily intriguing him.
And what's my name?
I beseech you, tell me.
Fine. I'm Lady Corinne.
Hadwin snaps out of his enchantment, growling.
Lady, I think not. You have no pedigree.
Hadwin glances down at her exposed legs and chest.
I have never lain with a wench.
Phil, come on. I'm trying to go with this, but we said no demeaning names.
His gaze down her body catches her breath and her attention.
I vow to bring you pleasure or die trying.
Okay, that's more like it. Did you want me to polish your sword this morning, my lord?
At her touch, Hadwin comes to his senses.
Keep your hands off my piece, crone.
Fine. You know what? Fine. Phil, polish your own damn sword.
She walks to the bedroom, shaking her head.
Egad, release me from this prison.
Prison?
From the bedroom doorway, she gestures to the front door.
You're free, Phil. You can leave this prison anytime you like.
Hadwin's jaw drops in grateful disbelief. He approaches with trepidation. His hand moves toward the knob of the door, opens it.
Exterior, forest path, day. Phil and Sam trek through the woods.
So, have you and Sir Hadwin get stuck together?
A dastardly band of roaming thieves caught us in our sleep once, tarred us, took a fortnight to pry us apart.
No, I mean, how did you guys meet?
I was reared in a peaceful village. But the peaceful invites the wicked. One day, invaders pillaged our crops.
There's a difficulty to his words. This is a painful memory.
That's when he came. Sir Hadwin, in his gallantry, he drove the invaders away. He saved my family. Then and there, I pledged him my loyalty.
Wow, I wish I could have seen that side of him. Everything I read made him seem so heroic, especially in the tome.
You know of the tome of Sir Hadwin?
Of course, I was reading it when I met him. He's an incredible writer.
Sam chuckles, almost a scoff, but you wouldn't dare.
Sir Hadwin is a man of action, busy with important feats. He hasn't time for frivolities like reading, writing, thinking.
Wait. Well, who wrote it then?
Sam can't hide a self-incriminating smile.
Sam, you? Really?
I wanted my lord's legacy to live on.
Well, you succeeded. Good work.
Sam blushes, unfamiliar with praise.
We're getting close.
Phil turns his gaze forward, spotting exterior church, day. A chantry chapel, abandoned, looms overhead. The pair enter. Interior church, day. Stone laced with dust. Phil and Sam pass warped wooden pews, make their way to the sparse altar.
You sure this is the place?
Certainly. This is the only church that hasn't been overrun by Protestants.
Well, I don't see any cups.
The two search the place. Not a lot to find, except a well-stocked case of scrolls. Phil gives it a once-over.
Ah,
Find something?
yeah, the 6th volume of Horticultural Digest.
What's odd about that?
There's only 5 in the future.
Phil lifts the scroll. Underneath sits a lever. Pulling the lever, a section of the floor parts, revealing a hidden staircase. Phil and Sam venture down into darkness.
Interior, Haven apartment, day. The apartment is still a wreck. Corinne comes in through the front door, dressed from work and carrying a shoulder bag. She looks around, no Phil. The sound of a battle bugle catches her attention. She finds Phil's cell phone. Jules appears on the caller ID. Corinne hits speakerphone.
Hi, Jules, it's Corinne.
Hello, darling. Is Phil all right? I've been calling all day. He's so rare he misses work, and
He missed work? He's not here.
well, where is he?
Off Corinne's worried look. Exterior, Times Square, day. Hadwin hikes in, amazed. The lights and sounds and smells of the city are beyond anything he's ever experienced.
What a confounding name. It's not a square at all.
The dense crowd of sweaty tourists sweeps him up.
Halt! Halt, I say!
Despite his feeble attempts, he can't stem the tide. All he can do is try to swim through it. Exterior, Manhattan Street, day. Hadwin stumbles out of the mob, disheveled. He backs into the horse of a mounted police officer. The horse nips at him.
Whoa, you need some help there, buddy?
I'm traveling home.
Home? Yeah, where's that for you?
Manchester. I require present for a great battle.
Manchester's quite a ways. The missus and I took a day trip there once.
Day's trip, you say? Then I shall require a steed.
Hadwin eyes the officer's horse.
Okay, keep it walking, pal.
Dismount, puny man.
Hadwin reaches up, pulling on the officer's leg. In Phil's body, he's far too weak to dismount him.
Curses. It is I who is puny.
The officer kicks, knocking Hadwin down. As he tries to get up, the officer tases him. Shocked, literally, he convulses before falling to the ground.
Interior, church crypt, day. Dark, dank, and dusty. Phil and Sam saunter in.
Creepy.
You can say that again.
Creepy.
Before them, a stone shrine filled with a variety of chalices. Gold, silver, bronze, clay, ceramic, wood, jagged, Swiss cheesed, bejeweled, even Chaucer's chalice.
So many. We must exercise caution.
No need, I got this.
You've got what?
The solution, the grail will be from the simplest one. I learned that from Indiana Jones. He's a great historian from my time.
He sounds like a douche.
What? Oh, right. Major douche.
Phil spots Chaucer's chalice, still plain, but the silver sparkles and there's something enticing about it. He reaches for it. The Holy Grail for sure.
Wait, we should consider.
What's there to consider? This is my way out and your Lord's way back. Isn't that what you want?
Phil tries to grab the Holy Grail. Sam steps in his way.
You're not listening. Look at this place. These are treasures. Why haven't they been stolen before?
Get out of my way.
He pushes Sam to the ground, who lands with a thud. Phil snags the Holy Grail. A tense moment, and then nothing. No fanfare.
See?
Brrr, the awful sound of stone grinding on stone as the shrine sinks into the ground. The whole room begins to shake violently. Sam pulls himself to his feet.
Run!
They head for the exit as cracks spread along the ground. Interior church day. Phil and Sam run up the staircase. It crumbles behind them. Upstairs fares no better. The walls buckle, the floor splits, the roof crumbles. The whole place is coming down. The pair stumble towards the door when, crash, a falling section of ceiling crushes a pew. Wood goes flying. As the stained glass shatters, the two make it outside, just as the entire chantry chapel is consumed into the earth. Eyeing the rubble, the pair catch their breath.
Well, guess those Protestants can't get their hands on this one.
What were you thinking? I told you it was dangerous.
We made it out, didn't we?
That is not the issue at hand. You wouldn't listen to me. You pushed me around, just like he always does.
As soon as the words leave his mouth, he regrets them.
You think I'm like Sir Hadwin?
In bravery, chivalry, and honor, nay. But in petulant bravado, in spades.
Phil is hurt. Sam softens.
I knew you weren't he. But it was pleasant for a time to imagine my lord held me in high regard.
Phil doesn't have a response. Sam turns inward.
What is a squire but a nuisance, eh? And no nuisance is a good nuisance.
Sam runs off,
Sam, wait!
but he's already gone. Phil sighs. Interior, alchemist's shop, day. Phil barges in, bag over his shoulder.
Hello? Miss Hannah?
Madame Timpana pokes her head out from behind a massive tome.
Oh, back so soon. Where is your squire?
He ran off, got freaked out over a little mortal peril.
Mortal peril or peril delivered by the hand of a mortal?
No response from Phil. He hangs his head.
You should hold gentle Sam in good esteem. Men of his caliber are hard to come by, fiercely devoted to those in whom he chooses to believe.
Yeah, well, with all his fierce devotion, he sure was questioning me.
He knows you not, yet. But he will if you allow it. Now, with haste, show me the cup you selected.
Phil digs through the bag, pulls out the Holy Grail. Timpana stares at it, sighs.
You chose poorly.
No way, this is Chaucer's chalice. I know it doesn't have a cross or anything, but trust me, it's thought to be the actual Holy Grail.
You fool. Holy, not holy.
Schrodinger's Grail?
Timpana grabs her book and flips it open.
Holy. The required grail is holy.
She shows the page to Phil. A sketch shows a cup with holes like Swiss cheese.
You must return Mr. Chaucer's chalice and go back for this one, with holes.
I can't. It's gone. Destroyed.
In that case, I hope you've enjoyed your stay so far in the medieval era, because you're not leaving for a very long time.
Off Phil's reaction. Into Act 2. Act 3. Interior, tavern, night. Phil is a few steins in. A barmaid waits on his next order.
What do you have on tap?
Confused, she fills a stein and taps it on the bar before sliding it over to him. He stares at it with a sigh.
I miss craft beer.
He picks up the stein, but pauses when he hears raucous laughter across the bar room. He turns to look. Sam is stuck between a ghoulish knight and a mountainous knight. As he tries to move past them, they circle on him.
Always riding. Dost thou think thyself better than we, squire?
A squire? Ha! More like a square. Make, wake, I'm tasted at 8.
The ghoulish knight snarls at him and snaps his teeth. The mountainous knight lifts Sam's scrawny arm and inspects it.
A squire trains to be a knight. What sort of knight could thee be?
Sam stays silent.
Art thou mute too? Or is it a choice not to respond to thine superiors? Well, perhaps this will merit a reply.
The ghoulish knight prepares to smack Sam, but it never comes, because a giant hand blocks the strike. It's Phil. He shoves away the ghoulish knight. The mountainous knight puffs up, but realizes it's Sir Hadwin. He holds up his hands in submission.
You must be Sir Mesgrave. I recognize your family crest with the cute little mouse there.
Phil shoves a stern finger into the crest of his chest. It does indeed feature a mouse.
I did not realize you were familiar with my lineage, Sir Hadwin.
Oh, am I? We always called your parents the Lannisters. You know, because they're brother and sister.
Sir?
Oh, you didn't know? Sorry.
Phil stands taller, now towering over the other men.
There's something else you didn't know. I am Sir Hadwin, the greatest knight in the realm, the Hawk.
Phil grabs the ghoulish knight and pulls him closer.
And you know what hawks do to mice, don't you?
Phil shoves him into the other knight. They topple over. Cowering, they scamper off, like mice.
Hey, how about that, Sam? Your knight in shining armor came through. Time to teach you how to high five.
Phil lifts his hand and turns to Sam, but he's already gone, leaving Phil hanging. Later, at the bar, Sam downs a drink. He closes his eyes and breathes deep. When he opens them, Phil is right there.
What is it, my lord? Sir Phil? Was that the name you gave? Phil?
Yes, Phil Haven. Nice to meet you.
Sam does not look over.
Well, Phil, in return, I cannot say meeting you has been my pleasure.
What do you mean? I played the part perfectly. A proper knight, protecting his squire.
I am not your squire. I do not need you to protect me.
Phil takes this in. A beat.
As you know, I don't normally look like this.
Sam peeks over at him.
I, too, am a big, scrawny, brainy little squirrel. I've never used brute force on anyone, till today. My point is, I'm scared too. And I want me out of here as much as you do.
Sam scoffs, unlikely. Then a smirk forms.
I heard about the Holy Grail. I told you we needed to consider all the factors and not rush in. I told you.
Yes, you told me. And I should have listened to you, Sam. But I didn't. And now I'm stuck here. Forever.
And thus we are both punished.
Phil hangs his head, properly admonished.
But at least we each have a friend in this misery.
Phil chuckles. The pair pick up their mugs and clink.
Interior, police station, holding cell night. Clink! Door slams shut, handcuffs tinkle. Hadwin groans. Hadwin's face is pressed to the floor by a prisoner's boot.
Do you know who I am?
Sir Hadwin.
Indeed. My sword defends Lancaster against the House of York.
The prisoner holds Hadwin in place.
Well, you're in New York now, buddy, so I'd watch your mouth.
Were it not for my weak form, I would obliterate you all with a few swings of my trusty mace.
An old lady tried a mace on me in the park before I snatched her purse. Still got it, though.
Freeze me. I command it.
The prisoner eases his boot.
Just stop being weird.
Hadwin jumps up and squares up.
Were you not all giants with the strength of 100 men, I would crush you like ants.
Exterior, Kings Meadow battlefield, morning. Ants, crawling, crunch. A boot stomps them out. A great army buzzes frantically, ready to charge at a moment's notice. Phil and Sam muscle their way to the front line, where, across the plains, they see a greater army facing them down.
I've studied history all my life. Long for a chance at something this exciting, this meaningful, but now that I'm here.
You have a chance to be a part of it, to live it, to breathe it, to change it. Either, if you like.
Change it? Change history?
Change your fate. Our fate.
Phil is heartened. Sam looks up at the cloudless sky.
This does not bode well.
Yeah, we're outnumbered.
Aye, 10 to 1. That was not my meaning. Rain is surely upon us.
What? I don't think...
Phil stops himself. Time to listen.
How do you know, Sam?
Feel the air. It's thin. And the wind is southward bound. It only does so when a storm is on the horizon.
Phil looks at him for a long, assessing moment.
You sure, Sam?
Certain.
Then I know how to change our fate. Which way do those in charge?
Sam points. Phil races off. Interior, commander's tent. Morning. Phil barges into a strategy meeting led by the commander of the armies, Lord Elton, 60s.
Sir Hadwin, news from the field.
Rain!
'Tis raining.
No, but it will. During the battle.
Do not tell me the hawk is afraid of a bit of wet.
His advisors chuckle.
No, but whoever acts first should be.
What means you by this?
If we charge now, we'll be caught in the mud, vulnerable to their archers. None will survive.
Not even you, sir.
Not even me.
Lord Elton thinks on this. Turns to his advisors. They nod.
Very well then, have our archers move forward.
Phil breathes a sigh of relief.
And I can think of none more suited to lead them than the hawk himself.
Phil gulps. Exterior, Kings Meadow battlefield. Day. Phil stands before a row of archers awaiting his command. Sam hands him a bow.
Which hand do I hold it with?
Both.
Phil takes the grip with both hands. Sam corrects his hand placement, but Phil is still unconfident.
It's true. The hawk relies on strength, courage, and accuracy. But honestly, the most vital attribute is attitude.
Sam offers him an arrow. Phil takes it.
Ready?
He knocks. The archers follow suit.
Aim!
All direct their bows upward.
Fire?
Interior police station, holding cell, day. Hadwin examines the prisoner's tattoo, a flaming skull.
How have you harnessed this power?
I've got a guy. I'll give you his card.
Huzzah! I thank thee.
The prisoner wraps an arm around him.
You're all right for a whack job.
Hey, Knight's Tale. You're free to go.
The prisoner sigh in collective disappointment. Hadwin realizes he is the one free. Interior police station, lobby, day. Corinne sits in the ratty police station, nibbling her nails and tapping her foot. Hadwin is led out by an officer. He hands him over to Corinne.
I must say, I never thought I would be glad to see the face of my captor.
This softens her a little.
Phil, why'd you try to take a horse from a cop?
To escape the falls.
Okay, we get it. You think your life is a prison. Oh, and let's not forget that I'm a witch.
Sure you admit it.
Phil, I'm just trying to help and you're still calling me a witch. Are you freaking serious right now?
You have been helpful for a witch. Perhaps you're a sorceress, or even an alchemist. Can you help me more?
That's what I've been saying. I want to help.
Hadwin looks at her, some emotion breaking into his voice, his facade cracking.
If you can help, please, I implore you, will you get me home?
Of course.
Hadwin smiles, a grateful tear forming in his eye.
We can get a cab.
Cab. I've never heard of this breed of stallion.
Come on, Phil. I mean, Sir Hadwin.
Corinne leads him away.
Exterior, encampment, day. Phil, grin a mile wide, is handed a pint of ale by his fellow soldiers. They celebrate a victorious battle. Phil spots Sam across the way, approaches him.
How's it feel to change history?
You tell me your observation saved my life, saved your lord.
Sam beams with pride.
So, as a token of my appreciation, I wanted to give you something.
Phil produces a fresh journal, hands it to a stunned Sam.
Where did you get this?
As a reward for brilliant strategic advice, Lord Elton let me pick from his personal collection.
And you chose this? For me?
Well, seeing as I'm stuck here, I thought it would allow us to continue the story together.
Phil, this is... Thank you. You are simply the most colossal douche.
Thanks, Sam. You too.
A tender moment for the two men.
So, what's next for us?
Well, we're going to find a way to bring your lord back together.
Exterior, Manhattan, day. The city glistens, beckoning.
I just need to find a way home.
Interior, library archives, day. Jules researches an unearthed horticultural digest scroll, the 6th issue.
To my job.
Interior, Haven apartment, day. Hadwin helps Corinne clean up the destroyed apartment.
To my wife.
Exterior, apartment building, day. Through the window of their apartment, Corinne laughs and touches Hadwin's arm.
Before it's too late.
A hooded figure looks up at the building, watching Corinne and Hadwin. The figure reaches into their cloak, pulls out Chaucer's chalice. They unscrew its base and unsheath a hidden dagger. It glints in their hand, reflecting a thin sliver of their crooked smile. Oops, a piece of lettuce is stuck between their teeth. They dislodge it with a fingernail. Okay, back to that crooked smile. End of episode.
Pulling the mic back over to our glorious host, Sumer.
Well, you guys enjoyed it. Any questions? This is the time if you have any questions about the story, or about concept, or anything.
What happens next?
Well, we're waiting to hear back from ABC. We'll hopefully pick this up.
CBS,
Yeah.
this is a CBS.
Oh, that's right.
That is the best question at the end of the episode.
Does AB have a real British accent or you? No?
Definitely not. No.
You guys did a good job, you too.
Thank you.
The process of co-writing, how was that? How was the kind of sharing the ideas, coming up with the concept, and putting things down on page? How was that?
Yeah, so Esty and I have actually been working on a project separate from this in a larger group setting, but those have all involved us writing our own episodes. This is the first time that we've written something together that is the same product. And I don't want to speak for you, but we started it last year, and it was originally conceived as an hour-long. And then we took a little bit of a break, mostly because I was not a very good writing partner for a while, got a little busy, but we came back to it, and we reformatted, thinking that a half hour helps condense the story and keep the pacing up and going. I must say that I think if you ask a lot of members of CAaSM about the things that we typically bring in, Esty and I have different strengths that show through in a lot of our scripts. I will say that Esty has an incredible mind for dialogue and finding ways to show relationships between what people are saying and doing it in a fun way. It feels very organic, feels very fun, and so I was instantly drawn with an idea like this. I knew I needed someone like Esty who could help bring to life these characters through just their dialogue.
Yeah, and I will say too, just like as far as the actual like literal process of co-writing, like I'm from South Carolina, he lives here in the DMV, so like we were able to connect on Zoom, and we kind of outlined together, and then we broke that apart into like who would write what scenes, and so I wrote a lot of more like the present time scenes, and he wrote a lot of Middle Ages, the medieval era. And then we kind of came back and edited together, and then when there were other additional scenes, like there ended up being a few scenes in the Middle Ages that I wrote, that he was working on some of the scenes in the present time, so then we kind of crossed over, and then we would always just kind of come back together through editing and working together and tweaking things a little bit. So there was like some separate writing and then some collaborative writing and editing that we did, which was a super fun. Like if you've ever written something alone, and then if you've ever co-written something, it just feels so much easier to have someone else to lean on their strengths. like Mason said, some of my strength, he's really good at like structuring and plot, and he's like very intuitive with those things, where I like have to like really like outline and re-outline and try to get those like beats right. He just sort of has a feel for it. So, you know, being able to lean on each other's strengths was really awesome. And then also it just didn't feel as hard like having someone else. So thank you.
It can be really like when you're writing alone, you can constantly go into this cycle of feeling like, well, this isn't good. Like you don't have anyone to bounce off of, so you're entirely relying on your own process to be like, this will end up okay. But when you have someone else to write with, I will say, it's been a great experience of, I can just straight up ask you like, is this good, is this bad? And to have a more objective viewpoint on the other end.
And we just think we're hilarious when we're reading it ourselves.
Of course.
We're just like, this is great. Like,
Well, then you get actors involved, and it's
they
amazing
really
to
made
like
it hilarious.
find, what like the little moments of comedy that you guys find. Even like as you're reading, typically you'll find like, oh, this is too wordy. This needs to be cut down. It needs to be much more clear and concise. So the whole process is collaborative. And I think starting with a collaborative process in writing can really help make that project feel more than the sum of its parts.
Yeah, curious, as you guys are building this episode out, what were some of the deleted scenes that they made?
Oh, we deleted a lot at first when we went from drama to comedy.
We did, yeah. It was originally an hour long, right? So we had a whole series of things that Phil and Sam needed to accomplish rather than just get the Holy Grail. There was a series of trials that showed off how Phil was growing into his Hadwin body. But frankly, condensing it down to one, I think really focuses in on their relationship.
Yeah, they had to find a magical butterfly in
Yeah,
a field and
yeah.
like climb up an oak tree.
It's
to get the
amazing
corn.
what you come up with when you're trying to fill 60 pages.
And we also had maybe some more beats with Corinne and Hadwin in the future that felt the same. Like there might have been something slightly different, but it just felt like it was doing the same thing in the story. So we were able to pull some of those back and then make the scenes that we did have a little more funny, which they did a great job reading the polish your sword, scene or whatever. So yeah, there's definitely, we were at like a weird amount of pages, like 45 pages or something, and we're like, okay, this feels more like a comedy. It feels like we could cut a lot more and add things that didn't really matter for this pilot, for this story. So that's what we did.
Yeah.
Would we get a chance to see Phil in battle?
It's a good question. This has been asked quite a bit. The thing about Phil is as soon as you make him good in battle, it stops being funny, right? So it's only funny if it's this we've always joked like a Jason Momoa type who's awkwardly running around. I would say that what could be actually a little bit more fun in this scenario is we've talked about developing Sam into a bit more of having prowess, of becoming more knight-like throughout it, and thus able to understand his master a little bit more. But I think for Phil, keeping him as, I don't know what the term would be, a pacifist or just awkward with a sword.
Talking his way out of the scenarios where he would have to get into a battle, maybe that could be a fun running bit throughout the episodes. And then maybe in the finale he actually has to or we still take it away. We'd like to almost give something and then take it away a little bit too. But that would be a fun bit to where you are almost frustrated but in a fun way, hopefully, as the audience. Yeah.
We love frustrating people. That's our ideal when we're writing.
And the other part I was going to go is if you want to see it, if you are a producer or you are a producer, just let me know.
Only. How did you get everybody to, all the actors who read the voices? How did you get drawn into it?
Maybe that's a question for each one of you. How did you find out about this project and what was your journey into coming into it? Julie, you want to start?
I am not an actor, but I met Mason and Esty through CAaSM, and I would just do anything for them. So here.
She's a talented writer and director herself. So.
I am an actor, and I auditioned for something else, and they popped up in my inbox and said, hey, do you want to do this thing? And I said, oh, this sounds like fun.
I am a voice actor, and I also tried out for, I guess I did read these lines. first instance with CAaSM, and then I also found a pop-up email in my inbox saying, please read these lines for us. And here I am.
You're going to see you running.
I'm also a local actor and voice talent. I've been participating in CAaSM, which stands for Casual Acting and Screenwriters Meetup, for those that didn't get that. And Rob, our videographer today, he and I go back, I checked it out, Rob, I think the group started like 9 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Maybe 10, and we were there kind of from the get-go. So every other Tuesday we get together and read scripts. Different people bring in different treatments they're working on. We've had complete feature films done in kind of a workshop setting where we're cast on the fly and just do what's called a cold read without having seen the script before. So we just kind of adapt the characters based upon what we think they are. So I've known Esty and Mr. Mason for quite a while. And I guess I'm a known quantity to them, so they just reached out and said, hey, you want to help us with this thing? So I was like, yeah, sure. Here I am. Thank you all for coming, by the way.
I saw a post on a Facebook group that I'm a part of, one of the many actor groups that I'm in, that said they needed someone scrawny and in their 20s to play Sam. So yeah, and then they just asked me to record some things. I was like, sure, in my own time, sure. And then Esty found my number on my profile online. Like, hey, sorry, did I bother you? But like, can you do it now, right now?
I did good though, right? I got that.
So yeah, then that night I sent a little video, and then we popped into a meeting and did the first read-through, at least for me.
I'm an actress in the DMV area. I was not familiar with CAaSM, but I did know Mr. Mason over there and Mr. Rob over there. I did a short film with them and got a little pop-up in my inbox and said, hello, would you like to be a part of this? And I was so grateful they reached out because this has been a wonderful time.
I'm also a local talent, and I had auditioned for a project that Samara had created, and didn't get that part, but Samara was really impressed, and I'm really grateful to him because he continued to stay in touch with me for other projects, and then he reached out for this one as well, and I was more than happy to be a part of it.
What a great cast, right?
Did any of the characters evolve as a result of your hearing the stage readings?
That's a good question. I think if we had like an ideal world here, we would probably go back through this script and adapt it further. It pretty much, we only had a little bit of time with the actors, unfortunately. We had our first real rehearsal of this last week, and then we've had little sporadic rehearsals ever since, but frankly, it's just been kind of a sprint to the finish line. I think, would we be able to adapt something like this? We would love to work with an actor on making their part sharper, more concise, more funny. That's always a thing. So yeah, do you have a different take on this?
No, I think, because really this set of actors was like our first opportunity to really hear it in full and multiple times and kind of get a feel for them and the character. So I think that would be like a moving forward with it, especially because we are trying to write a comedy. Obviously, we're not like joke writers, sitcom comedy, where it's more like the humor. But I think that I could feel some things like land more than others, and some moments of energy, maybe versus like some lulls in the story itself. So I think that would be something that we could definitely use this opportunity to take back to the script whenever someone wants to produce it.
Yeah.
Any questions? Yes.
Hey, hi. I wanted to know if you already know how many episodes the first season will have?
Not quite.
We're like not, I wouldn't say lazy, but we're like, well, we talked about things like, oh, that would be good for this, or like that would be good for a season 2 thing. Like you kind of have a certain idea that you have to park for later that doesn't work in the pilot, and maybe that you want to allude to. So there are certain like little things that we, did think ahead on. But I mean, I really fully see this as like like a very friendly network type of show. Like we've written other things that feel like a network, like limited, or like a Netflix limited series type vibe. Whereas this would, in my mind, really be more like a network show where you're talking about like 18 to 24 episode kind of thing. So, you know, I could see it in that format, but I don't think we did not start writing a pilot, and that's sort of the beauty of sometimes writing a pilot, is that you don't have to necessarily plot it all out, unless you really, you know, want to make that series viable, and, you know, you can, but we did not.
Yeah. That sometimes people, when they develop things like pilots, they will make what's called a show Bible, or a series Bible, and that kind of grounds the work in things like character, tone, and episodes. You'll list out kind of the storylines. Typically, it'll be through the first season, an idea of the second season, and then like beyond what could be. But all these things are very nebulous, and frankly to us, it was hard enough to finish this. So I think we were both really excited to get this pilot done, and then per chance, take a look later at what that would look like. We have ideas for storylines that we'd love to pursue, and every once in a while we'd like pitch something and be like, oh, that'd be a great like a story in an episode. But in general, I'll say it, we were a little lazy about just finishing this.
Do you guys think this would lend itself better to live action versus animation? And is that something that you think about while you're writing, or is the writing process completely separate from how it will be shot?
That's a great question. Esther, you want to?
Well, I think that we intended for this to be live action. So for us, this was thought of as live action, and by cutting back some of the like quote unquote battle scenes, like you don't really see those epic battle scenes. So if we're thinking of like a production cost standpoint, and we also did it for comedic, you know, effect a little bit too. But yeah, so we've envisioned it to be live action. Certainly, it could work as animation. I think that the tone maybe would shift a bit for an animation. To me, like we were thinking, you know, live action.
Yeah, I don't think either of us really write too much animation, but one big thing about animation is that you want a very distinct visual style, and you want things that are conducive to what animators would like to do, which is like, they don't want to just draw stolid scenes. They would like things to be happening. And unfortunately, Esty and I really like stolid scenes where we go sit and talk. So that's often not as fun in an animated capacity.
Well, all right, that will be a wrap. This was our attempt to showcase talent, and if you guys enjoyed this, you keep having more, please. This is our first. Hoping for something in October, Halloween season, hopefully. And again, if you know a producer, let us know. Script. And, you know, develop it from there. Again, thank you all for coming. Cast and crew, thank you all. This was awesome. There's still coffee and donuts.
Coffee. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Thank you.